What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode number 7 of Trying Tottenham. As you can see on the screen, we have finally bought our last silver player for the Tottenham Hotspur team, and it actually took me quite a while to find this guy because he just wasn't popping up on the market. I ended up buying one in a 4-5-1 formation because he just wasn't popping up at all, and as soon as I saw one, I just went and I picked it up. I don't even remember how much it cost. I don't think I really cared at that point. I just wanted to buy him because that's the point of the series, to buy all the Tottenham Hotspur players, and I don't really think I'm going to use him very much because he is 65 overall, doesn't have very many impressive stats. I think he only has like 2-star skills, maybe 3 if he's lucky, but not a very impressive player overall. But we go into the silver tournament again. We come up against a 5-2-2-1 Saudi Arabian side, and I've never actually come up against these players. I've come up against some Saudi Arabian players, and I don't think it was them, so I don't know very much about this team. So that's always a dangerous team to come up against because you don't know if they're right-footed, if they're left-footed, if they got 4-star skills, if they got the long shot trait, anything. So it's always a little bit iffy when you're playing them. But we go down pretty early. It's 1-0, and we get a corner kick, and we send this ball in. And this is actually a pretty nice header from Cocker. Manages to flick his neck to put the ball into the back of the net, and we're level 1-1. That's the 47th minute, and Amsho Shamrari, I have no idea how to pronounce those names, but he absolutely smashes one. Did not expect that at all. Nothing. Didn't see that one coming at all. Caught me by surprise, and he manages to get that goal. And then in the 71st minute, he wins a header, and that's pretty much just because Danny Rose is a tiny guy, and Danny Rose just doesn't have very good heading stats, so I was always going to lose the aerial battle. But we put in Iago Falque, even though he was on the bench trying to get some fitness, but we just needed him to get us back into the game, and he manages to do that in the 76th minute, puts us 3-2 now. We've got our second goal, and now it is the 84th minute. We've got Iago Falque on the wing, gets the ball to Bentley, manages to fall back to Iago Falque, who just smashes it into the far corner, and we are now level 3-3 in the 86th minute. I'm thinking, let's go, just hold on till the 90th minute, and then we can go to extra time, penalties, whatever. But this always tends to happen in this game. As soon as we score a goal, we concede. And that was in the 88th minute or the 86th, something like that. It was just too late for us to mount any kind of attack, especially because he had 5 defenders. And we ended up taking the loss for that game, the Bannon team, 4-3. And you can see whenever I show you the stats, I really don't think I should have lost. At the end of the first half, he had 1 shot and 1 goal, and I had like 8 shots and like 6 on target, and it was just kind of annoying to have lost that game. But we go and make our first gold purchase, and that comes in the form of Aaron Lennon, because as I'm sure you've noticed if you've been watching the series, that the right side players of Tottenham are not very fast. The only fast player is Fredericks, and he's got terrible dribbling, so he's never going to get by too many players. So we buy Aaron Lennon, who's got very high dribbling, 4-star skills, and 92 pace, and is a pretty exciting player to watch in real life, just because of how he runs around players or defenders and just makes those little mazy runs to get into space. Doesn't score very many goals, but we're hoping that he can carry this side with that 92 pace and those 4-star skills to get us a couple of goals. And our first team that we come up against in the Gold Cup, we actually go into the championship match because I am playing on my main account, and I was in the Gold Cup Championship, and we come up against the solid 4-1-2-1-2 Serie A side, and he actually takes a very early lead. It's the 9th minute, and I don't think I had touched the ball yet at this point before he puts himself 1-0 up with Luis Muriel, and this guy was not a very good player at all. I'm going to say that right now. He just wasn't very impressive. His one style was just to get the ball and pass as soon as he got it. You could see that he had no thought process. He was just pressing LB and pass, or the 1-2 pass, all over the place, trying those over the top balls because he knew he was faster than I was. But we actually managed to come on a breakaway as soon as he took a free kick and went off the wall. We managed to get it to Lennon, and Lennon gets his debut goals. Like I was saying in the previous episodes, lots of our players get those debut goals, so whenever I buy a player, I'm pretty confident that they're going to get us a goal pretty early on. If not in their first game, then definitely in their second or third game, because that's just what tends to happen with this team. And then Cudicini comes out again for a corner, and he doesn't jump for it. I don't know what it is. I send him out. He's supposed to jump up, try to punch it, try to catch it, and he just tends to just watch it and let them jump over him. And those are the goals that piss me off, because there's really no reason why he shouldn't jump, because no goalkeeper in real life would just sit there and let the ball go into the back of the net. But it's 3-1 in the 89th minute, really, and I just wanted to, like, just put anything I could to embarrass this guy, and I put Cudicini on the penalty spot and actually missed, and as soon as it hits him, that's a foul apparently, so it's a free kick for him. But I probably should have taken that penalty seriously. because in the 90th minute we actually managed to pick up a goal with Jermaine Genius, and with that goal we would have been level. Although looking back now, I probably wouldn't have won the game just because he had the better team, the faster player, the stronger players, and would probably have beat me in the end. But I think that I probably should have taken that penalty more seriously, and I probably will do so in the end or in future episodes, because that's just an upsetting way to end up losing a match, knowing that you could have tied. And we go into the market, we buy our second goal player, and that comes in the form of Paulinho, who is recently transferred to Tottenham from Corinthians. And as a center mid, he's going for quite a lot. I picked him up for 6,000, which was pretty cheap at the time of buying that player. At the time of this, that I played this game. Simple as that. And we go up against a mainly Manchester United side. He does have some Arsenal players, but he has a mainly Manchester United squad here. So these are teams that I'm more looking forward to playing than when I play with my Spurs team, because when you play with the Spurs team, you obviously have some weaknesses that you can't do anything about because you have to use the Tottenham players. So I'd rather come up against some like all Arsenal squad or full Bayern Munich squads, whatever it is. They just seem to be more fun when you play squad versus squad. And this guy actually quit in the 24th minute. I hadn't scored yet. That was my best chance right there, but he quit in the 23rd minute. So 0-0. No idea why. It wasn't really like I was like destroying him and in any way, but I decided to go and get a striker because Harry Kane just wasn't doing it for us. He's only got 70 pace and is not going to do very well against goal defenses. So we finally put Jermaine Defoe in, and Jermaine Defoe's got like 84 pace or 83 pace, 84 pace, and has got 3-star skills, and he's a pretty good striker. Pretty old. I think he's like 30 years old right now, but we're looking for him to be our main goal scorer because he can use that pace, and you know that FIFA's all about pace. So as long as you've got pace, you're pretty much likely to score. But we go into the last game of this episode, and that is against a 3-5-2 Brazilian. And well, it's a Brazilian. There's Balotelli, and then there's La Liga on the right side of the field. So it is a very strong team. He's got a very strong defense. Obviously, David Luiz in any defense makes it very strong. And this penalty was absolute bullcrap. You can see that the reason his player fell over in the box was because David Luiz was already on the ground, and if it wasn't for that, I wasn't tapping anything. His player just happened to tip over David Luiz, and it ended up giving him a penalty in the 67th minute. I'd held on for such a long time, and I had come so close to scoring multiple times that for me to concede this penalty in the 66th minute was just a little bit like a kick in the nuts, because I didn't really deserve that, and he didn't really deserve that goal. But as soon as he scored that goal, he came straight back with Alexander Pato in the 76th minute and put it past Cudicini in the far post. So a pretty good goal, I guess, from his perspective. And really, he was up 2-0 at this point, and it's the 76th minute, and now we're taking a free kick, and I'm looking for the best free kick taker, and that happens to be Jermaine Genius, and we finally score our first free kick of this series. It's been a long time coming. We're 7 episodes in, but Jermaine Genius finally gets us that goal. In the 88th minute, we're trying to score. We're trying to just do anything that can bring us back into this game. And the ball falls to Paulinho outside the box. And a pretty soft shot manages to get by Petr Cech. But I was so ecstatic. I was pretty happy that we managed to draw level against this side, because he was a pretty good player and had a very good team. But as soon as we went to extra time, he just went all over me. And the 94th minute, Alexander Pato with the Ronaldo chop gets by my defender. And then Balotelli in the 96th minute does a little shimmy to get himself into space to put it past my keeper, but he ends up winning this game 4-2, and that is how this game is going to end, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for all the losses, but what are you going to do? I've got some silver players, but hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe, but other than that, I will see you guys next time.